I would say quite the journey to get to the point where you are throughout your life. You have a very compelling sacred story that you've lived, to bring you to know and to do the work that you do. Can you share some of your sacred story with us now?
Sure. I'm going to go forward in history and then go back in history to explain why this story is so important. It wasn't that one day I just decided to hand in my resignation and leave my career. It was at the peak of my career, something inside my chest literally said to me, well, you've had enough of this. It's time to leave and go do something meaningful with your life. I didn't know who it was. There was nobody around me. And I said, who are you and what's meaningful? And I had no idea. I was, in a very young age, I was a Roman Catholic altar boy, but that was a couple of years and didn't last very long. And I'd never prayed, never went to church, never had any spiritual aspect of my life. It was just business, work. And this thing in my chest that I could tell was coming from my chest was speaking to me. And I'm like, this is interesting. Anyways, over a period of a year, it got louder and louder and said, did you not hear us? It's time for you to resign, go back to the U.S. and go find meaning. And I kept asking the same question. Who are you? And I still don't understand what this meaning stuff is. Anyways, it got to the point where he yelled at me to the point where I just said, okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm finally going to listen. I did resign. What that taught me was at critical times in your life, and those critical times could be anything. Turn left, don't go straight. Go with this person, don't go with that person. Don't buy that, okay? Don't go here, or instead talk to this person. That person could help you in your career. Those things, those messages are available for us always. And I all of a sudden, when I met Hans, as I was searching and started teaching automatic writing and channeling, about the feeling. What is the feeling when you are receiving information and receiving guidance? How to confirm that. I remembered back in my earlier days when I was living in group homes and shelters. They came through even then, even when I wasn't paying attention. They came through to me so many times. I'm living in a group home with probably about the worst juvenile delinquents you could imagine. It was a house where kids were going to and coming from juvenile detention, which is basically underage jail. That they told me that, oh, you're going to be living internationally and going to college. And so the counselors asked me, what am I going to do with my life? And I said, oh, I just know I'm going to be living internationally and going to college. And they looked at me and said, that's not going to happen. Do you know where you are? Do you know where you live? And I said, yes, but I just have this knowing. I didn't know what it was then. And that's what I really try to teach people, is to be aware of those messages, those inner knowings, those communications that can really turn your life on a dime, and you go on a path that is already set up for you. You meet someone who has been guided to help you. You go into a career that enriches your soul so much. All of a sudden you realize, oh my God, I never knew this. I'm now following my life's purpose all day long. That is being coordinated by the other side. And that's really my sacred story. Is so many times in my life I was in unbelievably horrible situations. I literally placed myself in a group home because my family life was so bad. I would have rather been a ward of the state than be in my family situation. I thought that was a step up. But the other side was still there, no matter how bad my situation was, and still told me, your path is still there. What you came for is still in front of you. Just listen. And even 14 years old, I came up with this little saying of, okay, it's time to put up my sail and let go of the rudder. I had no idea what that meant when I was 15 years old, to put up your sail and let go of your rudder. I think we call that now surrendering. And that was because some way, somehow, I managed to listen to the other side.